Folks, CJ here, finally in the light, not looking all in a different direction now, since I got a little bit of a car mount now we can properly do these things and stuff and not look weird. So yeah, today has been one of those days. So for those that haven't really been in the know, Fox and Disney, they're getting close to making that blockbuster deal. Now, for a lot of folks, I know that kind of means, good things. Some folks means bad things and stuff like that. So, let's start with the good. So here's the good thing that comes from this. A lot of people are presuming that this means that, hooray, the MCU gets the X-Men and they get, the Fantastic Four and everything else that encompasses this, hooray. And while I'm excited and stuff, I am of the school of thought where I feel that this is just Marvel's way of, hey, we really only need a Fantastic Four. We're going to let the X-Men continue doing their thing. Especially when you got Deadpool really just putting the X-Men on his back and stuff. But this just means they get the Fantastic Four rights, which is what a lot of people have been really begging and pleading Marvel to do, is broker a deal with Fox and stuff. Now, the insider of this is this. So if this if this thing actually does fall through and actually happens and stuff and the deal happens, here's what happens. So Fox, for the longest time up to this point, they've been kind of wanting to move away from the TV and movie side of things and stuff and focus a lot on their news and sports related stuff. So with this deal, what you end up getting is this. What you end up getting is Fox is giving away the TV and movie stuff, but they keep the news, the business news, and any sports related stuff, mainly Fox Sports. They keep those things. So that's staying with Fox no matter what and stuff. What Disney gets out of the deal is basically they get the TV and movie production side of things. Now, this could disrupt a lot of things, mainly with like Fox Searchlight and things of that nature and such. What you end up having is a situation where those studios could either A, be in limbo, or B, Disney might let them cook and just let them keep doing what they got to do. Now, the thing of it is, up to this point, I know a lot of people's worrisome has been like, okay, what does, this means that, Disney has a monopoly on everything. Not necessarily, because when, Disney got Pixar, they got Marvel, they let them do their own thing. They let them do their own thing, let them do whatever and stuff. Now, the thing of it is, as with anything, most people might be like, well, they got ESPN and all that and stuff. Yeah, true, but again, Fox will probably be able to do whatever they want within reason, of course, obviously. Now, for me and like-minded nerdums and such like that, we are like, oh, this means we're going to get the FF license and stuff, which is a good thing, because post-Infinity War, don't get me wrong, I feel even without this deal, there will be something in place to where they would have had some good movies and stuff. They would have to think out the box. They would have to do this. I was of the school of thought that, okay, if this deal doesn't go through, then they'll probably end up getting a Ultimates. Ooh, shit. Getting an Ultimates type movie and stuff. Sorry about that, folks. And when you get an Ultimates type movie, that means you don't need the Fantastic Four, because the Ultimates kind of, at least in the comics right now, they have basically took the place of the Fantastic Four, the Ultimates and stuff. So that was it Blue Marvel, Spectrum, Captain Marvel, Miss America, Black Panther. I want to say you also get the who's the other one? Yeah, it's them. So, and on top of Galactus and stuff. So you get all that into consideration and stuff. You take all that and sorry about that. You take all that, and they probably going into phase 4 or whatever would have had something going on. Right now we're in phase 3, and all this is happening and such. So I say all that to say, right now they're in a prime position to do something with Fantastic Four license at this moment. They do. They can do a lot of things with the Fantastic Four. I could see them post Infinity War, Fantastic Four just kind of leading the charge going into whatever is next for the MCU going forward. Who knows? We'll see. It definitely, it's a lot. It's a lot to take care of. Like I said, we're theorizing at this point. We're theorizing. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where this could possibly go. But it definitely got a lot of people excited and stuff. You know, it's weird too, because for me with the X-Men, for instance, I always felt the X-Men, even up to this point in the MCU as a whole, they've always just been kind of their own thing. And when you have a group of mutants that have been, for the most part, been doing their own thing for so long, you kind of get to a point where you're just like, well, what do we do with them? What do we do with the mutants? And I'd rather the Marvel treat the mutants as kind of like their own separate entity from everything else that's happening right now in the greater MCU. Because if you start trying to shotgun them into what you're doing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now, it's not going to go as smoothly as it can. Now, it's not to say that you can't do an actual MCU X-Men movie, but more than anything, when you have Marvel Disney there, whatever next X-Men movie they have, I feel that they're going to have an input in how good the property is going to be. Because let's be real about this, if I'm keeping it 100, X-Men movies have not been good. Now, don't get me wrong, X-Men 1 and 2 have a place. They were good for what they brought to the table and stuff, but I felt since then they haven't really been to the level that they should be. You know, I saw semblance of that in X-Men First Class, and I loved X-Men First Class despite them really dropping the fucking ball on Darwin getting killed. Still to this day, the dumbest fucking thing that you could possibly do. Because again, this goes back to what I've always sat there and said. I don't feel Fox has an idea of how to crack the code with the X-Men license and stuff. I really don't. I really feel that they don't know what to do with it. You know. So on top of that, I feel the X-Men needs to just be their own separate thing for right now. You can't. I don't want them to shotgun that into MCU yet and stuff. I know right now a lot of people are making jokes that, oh man, Hugh Jackman, he's already in the gym right now. He's he's going there and he's going to lift the gym and going to Wolverine diet now. Just if this deal goes through, which, hey, look, I feel Marvel will try. If anything, mark my word, if this deal goes through, what you're going to end up seeing is that there's a possibility that they might just cameo Wolverine somehow, some way cameo Wolverine in this shit. And they'll probably get Hugh Jackman in the suit, and it's going to be great. It is going to be great, and it's going to be awesome. And I can't wait for that shit. That shit's going to be fucking dope as hell. Now, here's the thing. Here's the other side of the argument that I've heard a lot of people say. Well, if Marvel does this deal with Fox, it's going to be a monopoly, and it's just one studio does it all. Okay, but like Disney for a while, they were helping out with Miramax and all those companies and let them do whatever they want to, put out a lot of R-rated material. Didn't see any Disney input in that. Everybody is freaking out at the worst case scenario, and as much as I understand on the surface and stuff, let's be real about this too. There's also another reason why Disney is trying to broker this deal down, and that's also the fact that it's because Fox has the rights to the original Star Wars trilogy. Now, you might be saying, well, what's the big deal? Because they put it out on Blu-ray. Yeah, those are special editions of the original trilogy. What you're going to end up getting, though, is copies of the original non-special editions of the original trilogy, which Disney already knows is gonna fucking make gangbusters if you put that shit out. Like that would literally be a wet. That is the non-special edition of those movies is like a fucking nerd's wet dream if you want to keep it 100 right now. It is, because us in the geek community and stuff, and I ain't gonna put myself in there, but I know a lot of people that went apeshit for the idea of a actual, oh my god, they're putting out the original trilogy, the non-special editions, yes, give me more, and shit. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, people been wanting that for a while, and the fact is, at the end of the day, Disney stands to make a lot of money off this shit. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why this damn stand keeps popping off like that, but whatever. But yeah, they want the Star Wars stuff. So basically, what you're gonna end up getting is you're gonna get original trilogy stuff on Blu-ray easily, non-special editions, It's going to fetch a lot of money. Folks are going to sit there and go nuts for it and stuff. I don't know. It's just this whole deal has just gotten a lot of people going crazy and stuff. And the thing of it is, for the longest time, since the start of the MCU, I would never thought that this whole thing would actually happen. Take it for what it is. The fact is, at the end of the day, we don't know how this deal is going to go down. Like I said, it looks like they're being closed. At least on the movie TV front, as much as I understand folks' trepidations, I don't think Disney is that vain to sit there and just look at Fox and be like, well, you got to do what Disney says now. I think they'll give them a leeway to be like, hey, if it's going to make us money ultimately in the long run and make our portfolio cool, then go for it, you know. Like I said, I'm excited, but like I said, I'm just going to see how this whole thing plays out and stuff, because, you know, like I said, ultimately, I know the jig. I know what they're going for, and I don't like being... And the thing is, for me, at least, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for the other two, you know. I'm not speaking for D, and I'm not speaking for Sue and stuff. But I hate being contrarian on things like this, because the worst thing you can do is put out a hot take on this news and act as though this is like the worst thing that could possibly happen, you know. And the fact is, at the end of the day, I think this is good business. I really feel it's not the end of the world as people thought it is, because Fox is an entity. Like I said, on the movie side, when it's ultimately Disney is looking for the X-Men. They really are, because let's be real about this. Ever since Disney bought Marvel and stuff, when was the last time we had an X-Men cartoon? Been a long time. When's the last time that we had anything dealing with the Fantastic Four cartoon-wise? Been a long time. Since Earth's Mightiest Hero, actually. Earth's Mightiest Hero was the last time we got anything involving the Fantastic Four. And it was also, we got Wolverine. We didn't get the X-Men, we got Wolverine. Because bear in mind, too, we were supposed to get a second season of Wolverine and X-Men. Didn't happen because that was right around the time of Disney snatching up Marvel. So I say all that to say this could be good, because this could mean we get X-Men cartoons now. Quality wise, look, I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it before. I haven't really been too keen on the MCU cartoons on Disney that's going on right now. I think they're okay, but they're not on the level of Earth's Mightiest Heroes. They're not on the level of the X-Men animated series. They're not on the level of just the cartoons that came before this merger that were like really great. You know, a lot of it is just very quick and just to the point stories, but there's no long form storytelling and stuff, to me at least. And as much as there are ideas in Avengers Assemble and stuff, it's hard for me to do it. Now I know they're coming out with one for Black Panther. I know there's a Black Panther cartoon that's supposed to be coming out and stuff. And like I said, I'm interested in seeing where that goes and stuff. So we'll see how it rolls. But yeah, there's a lot of things that this could mean. Like I said, Fantastic Four is definitely the big thing that I know Marvel is going to be aimed for, to really try to revamp that property and stuff. X-Men, 50-50, because personally I think they should just be their own little thing for right now, until they get something situated and stuff. Because that's going to be, and that's another thing too, it's going to be tough to try to integrate the X-Men into the MCU, because there's going to be questions of, well, where were the X-Men at this whole time? Why come we didn't know about them before? And it's going to be tricky trying to do that and stuff. It's not to say that you can't do it, but it's going to be very tricky trying to get the X-Men into this MCU and it makes sense and it works and stuff. Fantastic Four, I think that is an easy thing that you can do to get them in. And like I said, Infinity War is coming up. Avengers 4 is, I believe, right now filming still. Plenty of wide open space right now to get the Fantastic Four in and stuff in that world, because really, when you have the Fantastic Four license, you can do a lot of stuff. Kang the Conqueror, just Galactus, the Celestials, the Eternals, things like that. Sky's the limit on what you can do. X-Men, you can hold back on for a bit. Let them finish out whatever the hell they gotta finish out and stuff. There's a possibility this deal, if it goes through, means that Gambit movie may or may not be happening. We'll see how that works. But like I said, overall, this whole thing has definitely been an interesting take on how this is all going to go down and stuff. So, but yeah. So I don't know. That's just how I think it's gonna go down and stuff. Like I said, me and D joked about like Disney and stuff. Oh, Disney is the devil, you know, and it's like, I mean, hey, I have every right to be. I think a lot of folks have every right to be trepidatious of Disney and stuff, but I think we also kind of have to kind of like chill on this whole thing and stuff. Like, see how it works, see how it pans out and stuff before we sit there and start freaking out and thinking worst case scenario, so to speak, and such. But yeah, it's a lot to take in. Like I said, all this is just theorizing here, because like I said, the deal, from what I'm hearing, Fox is trying to get this deal broken off by the end of the week, if not early next week. So we should probably see any time between now and then where this is going to go. But yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. But yeah, sorry for the phone kept dropping on this holder and stuff like that, and you know, it is what it is and such. But whatever, this is the vlog and stuff. This is definitely going to be a thing that I'm going to keep doing now that I got something that's officially like a car holder. I can actually do stuff, rants, thoughts, ruminations, things like that, you know, just thinking about things. But yeah, if you can, subscribe to our YouTube page. A lot of our podcast stuff is going up. Actually, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Presser that we did at New York Comic Con should be up. Actually, it's going to be up very soon since season 5 just started. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, so that should be up. Gifted should be up. If you haven't already subscribed to our to our SoundCloud and stuff like that, and also our other 3BG recaps and discussion thing on iTunes, subscribe to that, because that's where all of our recaps and discussions are going now, instead of our main feed and stuff. Our main feed is still active, but this is the other feed for the recaps and discussions and such. Punisher is up, Justice League Spoilers is up. I need to put the Gifted for episodes 6 and 7 and stuff, and tonight me and Crosby from Earth 2 Comic Cast, we're going to do another one on the last episode yesterday. But yeah, overall, yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Fox. Man, this thing. Anyways, that's my thoughts on the whole Fox Disney deal and such. Yeah, we'll see how this whole thing rings out.